Now, this course is about React, but it is worth noting that there are alternatives to React.js. Now, we're going to focus on React here, and React is one of the most popular front-end frameworks or libraries, however you want to call it, you can learn. It's a lean and focused component-based UI library. It really focuses on this component thing, and it doesn't have a lot of other features built in. If you need other features like routing, which we are going to learn about in this video, then you need to bring extra third-party packages. That's not horrible, but it is something to be aware of. React itself is really just focused on bringing stuff onto the screen and updating that for you and allowing you to build these custom HTML elements, these components. That's the core focus of React. Now, an alternative to React, which has more built-in features, would be Angular, another very important and very popular front-end framework. And I got a course on this as well. Angular is a complete component-based UI framework, so it also focuses on components, just like React, but it ships more built-in features than React. It also embraces TypeScript right from the start. And it can be overkill for smaller projects, therefore, since it has way more features built in. But for large projects, on the other hand, you don't need to rely on the community as much, because there's more built into that framework. So that's simply a little consideration you have to make. The syntax also looks a bit differently because whilst it is component focused, building these components works a bit differently with Angular than it does with React. Again, I got a course on that if you want to check out Angular as well. And we also have another very popular framework, another popular alternative, and that would be Vue.js. Vue.js is kind of like the mixture of Angular and React, in between those two extremes, if you want to call it like this. It's also a complete component-based UI framework, and it also includes a lot of features, but a bit less features than Angular, but more than React. It includes core features like routing, for example, and therefore with Vue, you also have to rely less on the community, and still you don't have as much overload, possibly, as you might have with Angular, depending on what you build. I also got a more detailed comparison video on these three technologies in case you're interested in that. Now, all three are super popular. React currently is probably the most popular, but all three are great. I got courses on all three, and therefore checking those out might be a good idea as well. But this course, of course, is about React, and therefore let's not lose any time. Let's dive right in.